Remember from the outline. Oh, hello. What's good, everybody? It's not Tuesday. It's actually Wednesday, but we're a little bit behind. Had some things going on last week. I was out of town and had some birthdays going on, so we're gonna get it in and get back on track with some Cobra Kai. What's good with you tonight, Andy?
I'm feeling good. You know, I'm excited about to learn what happened in Cobra Kai because I don't remember.
Just going back on it. Well, I'm not shy to say, as much as I wasn't a fan of last week's, this week's was probably my favorite all-time episode to date. From season 1 and 2, Fire and Ice, Cobra Kai, season 2, episode 3 was just off the chains. I freaking loved it. It was absolutely great. Oh man, we just opened up with Johnny Gold, like right out of the gate. The kids from my dojo told me to get an apple, but you sold me a lemon. And I was like, here we go. It's on and popping right out of the gate. I was like, the fact that Johnny is so computer illiterate and just so stuck in the 80s. But I mean, how can you, I mean, like the guy said, have you really never owned a computer before? Can you believe that?
That's hilarious. Like, and this, how it works out, like exactly what someone from the 80s would do if they discovered the internet. Like, he's all about, I'm not sure I figured out how to hook up his Wi-Fi, but.
Oh, remember he had the Coors on top of the Internet for Dummies. So he's reading the Internet for Dummies book and obviously calling that dude from the pawn shop 100 times.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, this is a pawn shop, not this Geek Squad. Figure it out.
Yeah.
And Johnny's just a total asshole to him. He's like, hey, asshole, I can't do this. He's like, have you hooked it up to Wi-Fi? He's like, of course. What's Wi-Fi? Like, so Johnny. Like, this is amazing. What's up, Jake Cruz, Peter Griffin? I see you out there. Welcome. Oh, man, time to talk about some karate. But, oh, I mean, yeah, that was so sweet. Like, have you seriously never owned a computer before? Yeah, I'm not a nerd. Like, it's like, yeah, we're so past that. Like, how is it even possible that he's made it this far without it? It just boggles the mind. I've clicked all the buttons and install. It won't connect to the internet. Like, yeah, Then you look down and he's got the Internet for Dummies book. That's pretty sweet. And of course, when he finally gets it connected, you already know the first thing he's going to look up, just hot babes.
Yeah.
Dude, the acting was priceless on there. And then he's like, what? The truth? I knew it. When he's reading spam files and shit.
I knew it. The freaking dinosaurs created the pyramids.
Dude, Johnny was killing it. Dude, I loved it. You're right. Like, that's exactly how someone would be if they just got on the internet for the first time. Like, exactly.
Like,
it's a thumbs up.
You know, like the wet t-shirt contest. He doesn't know about like porn yet. So he's like, wet t-shirt contest.
Oh, there's a couple times he had to look around, make sure nobody was there. Like, oh, he was getting it. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, trying to log on to MySpace. He's not even to MySpace yet. He's got a ways to go. But yeah, that was such a great. I knew it was going to be awesome right out of the gate. Dude. I mean, it started out priceless. But then, of course, he runs into the new Miyagi-Do karate ad, and he is not happy. And extra kick Miyagi-Do is free, and he did not like that at all. Slammed it down, and yeah, I think this is the best opening we've had in a Cobra Kai so far.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It always bugs me about Daniel, right? Like, he has to put a jab in there. He can't just be like a normal, I don't know. He's doing something nice to spite somebody. Like that, I don't know. That's like, aren't you not doing something nice? I don't know.
He's the total ass, and the wifey was none too happy at all about it.
For real.
But yeah, she's always the voice of reason. So hey, you guys won that karate tournament, right? That means most definitely. I mean, this guy is the perfect nerd. And then old Hawk is not taking too kindly to his old buddy and taking credit that he didn't earn. Do you think there's a trouble brewing in Broville for these two?
Yes.
It's like, I can answer that and know it. Yes. And of course, I mean, when we see what happens later, I mean, it's just bound and determined it's going to have to go down like that. But Miguel shows up and tells Hawk there's something he's got to tell him about Robbie Keane. But before he does, we bounce back over to the LaRusso dealership, and Daniel's back in the doghouse. He blew half the Q3 marketing budget on that stupid karate commercial. The missus is just not happy, and she misses the simpler days of just dicks on billboards.
Yo, that's I don't know how he has his business set up, but that's illegal. Like, that's not marketing. Like, you can't use your marketing budget that's taxed different than that's a different business. I'm sure he has a great accountant, but like, it doesn't work like that, buddy. You can't just use money that's allocated for one thing for something else in a business.
Hey, he said, not siphon, synergize. I was like, this guy is the ultimate car dealer right here. I mean, how'd the wife just not knee him in the nuts at that point? You know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But back over to the Cobra Kai, and Hawk says he did a deep dive investigation, and Sensei is definitely Robbie's dad. And Aisha shows her quiver the Miyagi-Do karate commercial, while Johnny shows it to Keen. Snakes in the grass. He's talking about us. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Like, oh, Johnny is awesome. Johnny is awesome. But yeah, that commercial was kind of bad. I mean, what do you think was going to happen? Like, I mean, you think that was a proper reaction to all that? I mean, of course they're going to respond.
Yeah, obviously. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like when I would like mess with my sister, like, I'm not touching you, and then she responds and hits me. She's the bad guy because I didn't touch her. You don't have to touch her. Like, you're instigating the issue, and then you're going to become the victim in the end. Screw that.
Exactly. And how about Kreese saying that he should have taken Miyagi out when he had the chance? Like, he didn't try and get his ass whooped already.
Yeah. What chance did you have, buddy?
Exactly. I'm like, what are you talking about, Kreese? But over to some flirt sparring at Miyagi-Do, and isn't it just inevitable that these two kind of hook up? Unless I called it earlier and Robbie turns out to be gay. I mean, don't they have to hook up?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got to.
That's unbelievable. So Robbie thanks Sam for hooking him up with a place to live that has hot water, and she says that's what friends do. And I don't know, are they not going to hook up? Has he already slipped into the friend zone, or was that just a figure of speech?
That's a figure of speech. This is like Ship City. This any two people could just randomly get together in this show. That's I'm starting to lean towards your Johnny dating Daniel's wife in the future, like, because how fast people go from one person to the next, it's amazing.
Oh, absolutely. So Miyagi-Do gets its first potential non-related students, and I think Daniel just went about that completely wrong. Like, first thing he says when they show up is, I have a fresh bucket of paint for you. Like, those kids were like, man, I knew this was BS. Like, wouldn't you?
Yeah. He doesn't understand the difference between him putting an ad somewhere and getting people to come do free karate, and then him going to Mr. Miyagi to ask for help with karate. There's a big difference between those two things.
A huge difference. And I was like, and I mean, even with Robbie's help, he couldn't save him with that one. He's like, what do you get fresh butt? He's like, I knew it. You're just trying to get us to do your work. This is BS. I was like, you are terrible. I mean, you're a car salesman. You should be able to do better than that.
Jake's got a great point. This is what I thought when I first watched it. I would never move a kid in with my daughter. Never. Never.
He's like, yeah, that'd be game over, kid. Sorry about that, but you are not. Not.
Say, sorry, buddy.
Even
Aisha.
Yeah. I've already seen one episode up, but yeah, we already see that's a problem for everybody.
Yo.
What?
How can he not see it? Like, that's Daniel. Daniel must have just a blind spot for his daughter. Because what?
Exactly, because what? Like, what are you talking about? That is not happening. Not on my watch. Not ever. Like, I was not born yesterday. Oh, when those kids said, "Come on, let's go check out that place with the snake," I was like, Johnny, did Johnny send these kids just to mess with Daniel? Like when I mean, it was weird that, I don't know, maybe they are into karate and so they're kind of looked into it and, they're read up on it and know what's out there. But I just thought that was kind of funny, like saying that right in front of Daniel. Let's go check out that place with the snake. It almost seemed like Johnny had sent them at that point for sabotage.
Oh, man, you're paranoid.
He's like, Johnny's not that. Johnny was not, he wouldn't think that many steps ahead.
Yeah, this is Johnny we're talking about here.
Oh, man. Speaking of Johnny, how great was his commercial? Don't be a pussy with Aisha filming it. I was like, that is so inappropriate.
Dude, he put music. He says, put the music on there, and he's like, we don't have the rights to that. Oh, I got the tape in my car.
I don't think we can afford the rights for that. He's like, oh, yeah, we can. I already own the tape. It's out in the car. Just what? Yeah, like,
it's hilarious.
Of all things. Oh, but make sure the Cobra comes in at the end. And Chrome, I want it to pop. And throw in Thunderstruck. It's like, dude, that was so great. Send it to the internet. Like, oh my God. Johnny was just golden this entire episode. Oh my God. And put one of those hash browns on it. Yeah. Come on.
Fucking hash browns.
Oh, Johnny's awesome. But Huck and Miguel confront Johnny and tell him they know about Robbie, and Johnny admits it's true, but says it has nothing to do with how he runs his dojo, which obviously isn't true. The no mercy part seems to be kind of taking a back seat ever since he watched his son get injured, didn't it?
Well, I think he started to do that beforehand, right? Like during the fight, it was kind of like he was going against that. He learned that from when he was a kid, too. I think that the no mercy is different than, like, hitting people in the back. There's no need to bully Robbie during the fight. We talked about this already. Why are you attacking his arm? That's not mercy. You're trying to win. Just win. There's no need to, like, mess up his shoulder. That's not no mercy.
That's no mercy. That's putting him down so you can win easier. That's winning. You basically doing what you need to do for an easy win.
If you can kick him in, if you can hurt his shoulder, you can win the fight. Like if you can,
maybe he gets a lucky Daniel kick in and he can't.
If you can direct attack or directly at his shoulder, then you can win because that's a point. Like. If you can do stuff like that or kicking him in the back, that's not no mercy. That's cheating.
Well, it's not noble by any means, but I mean,
cheaters are losers.
Is there any rules in fighting?
Yes, if there's rules that are set, you're a loser if you cheat.
But he didn't really cheat so much as just bend the rules.
No, he kicked him in the back. Hawk kicked his ass in the back, and that's what hurt Robbie.
Oh, you're talking about Hawk. I was thinking about Robbie, but okay, yeah.
Hawk kicked him in the back. That's
and then Hawk got disqualified, so there's your rules.
Yeah, and then now Miguel is just attacking that. There's no need for it. Miguel, the whole reason he does it is because the girlfriend. We understand that in the moment. Like, we understand that.
Right.
But Robbie doesn't understand. I mean, Johnny doesn't understand that. And he's like kind of trying to stop it. And he like wants to say something. Like,
But isn't he only trying to stop it because it's actually his son out there? Kind of exactly what they're saying. It's all different when it comes with your son. It was all fine and dandy with everybody else, but now that it's your son, all of a sudden the rules change.
Hell no, dude. Maybe with him, but with me, I do not give my daughter special treatment. Any coach knows, like, if you ever coached your kid in a sport, you are way harder on them. Like, dude, I'll yell. I will embarrass my daughter. I'm a terrible person. I would, like, embarrass her in front of the team, and I would never do that to anybody else.
Right, but he's not coaching his son. He was just basically no mercy throughout the whole tournament, and then when he saw his son get hurt, all of a sudden mercy time started creeping in.
No, it's not mercy. Right. Just win the damn fight.
no mercy. Do whatever you got to do to win. I think Hawk and them were just doing what they were taught, and now all of a sudden their sensei's flipping the script on them, and they're like, "Whoa, wait a minute! This is what you taught us to do." Now all of a sudden it's your son, and things change. I'm kind of with the kids on that one.
Oh man, I'm with Johnny on this one. There's a difference. It's about a kid's perspective. Yes, when you're broad and say no mercy, it's like about what someone interprets as mercy. Like, to me, it means don't go easy on anybody. Well, that's like, don't go easy. I'm trying to win. Like, I never let my daughter win at Mario Kart. I don't have mercy on her in that. But I'm not taking the controller and slapping it out of her hand. I don't have to do that. I just beat her. Right, you know?
Right, but that's a grown adult with it to a kid compared to a kid to a kid. And, you see a little bit more of the big picture and understand more of the right and wrong of it all. These guys are just going with what they've been taught. There's a bunch of nerd kids that didn't know, their asses from their elbows, and now all of a sudden, they're cool and everybody wants to be like them, and yeah, I don't know. And all of a sudden, so they're going with what they were shown, and all of a sudden what they were shown is not the same for all situations. And yeah, I mean, they're on the same team. Cobra Kai cheated. It's not okay. But they did. I don't understand. Did they cheat? I mean, Hawk cheated and he got disqualified. I mean, the rules are there. They worked out and we move on. So I don't know.
Is that well, hold on. What if what if in a football game Russell Wilson gets tackled and then someone gator rolls his leg, breaks his, tears an ACL or something, ruins his knee. They then win the game. Do you say that person cheated to help his team win, or does the team take responsibility because now they have taken advantage of the cheating act?
Is there a team in the world that's not going to take that victory? Win?
Yeah, you have to play the game. But what I'm saying is you would say, hey, whoever just did that, they're cheaters. They cheated to win. They wouldn't have won if they didn't cheat. You don't say they would have.
Maybe if they did it on purpose, they would be disqualified and thrown out, just like Hawk was.
Yeah, but then the team wins illegitimately. It's a win, but they only won because they cheated.
I don't know. They cheated with Daniel, and Daniel found a way to make it happen. Champions find a way to win, Andy. That's just all there is to it. Find a way to win.
I mean, if Robbie should have won because Miguel was directly just trying to hurt him instead of get points. So Robbie, could have won, but I'm just saying you're going to like the end of the season.
Oh, Jake says he's not a big fan of Robbie, but he knows the difference between right and wrong, and that was just wrong, damn it. I see it. I just like to see both sides. Got to argue both points. Oh, Hawk and Miguel leave, and we see Keen in the background looking concerned. Or was that just him seeing an opportunity opening up?
Oh, man. He's opportunistic. Like I said, I don't even like that he's in the show. Hey,
welcome. Good to see you out there. Oh, you don't like the Keen aspect? I love the fact they brought back Keen. He is the snake in the grass. Like everything about him. Like he's just lying. He's wrong. He's wrong.
I don't like him because he hurts my feelings about stuff. Like Kreese, I don't know. It makes me I like Johnny, but he is bringing a known terrible person around kids. And exactly. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, that's not okay at all. Especially when you find, when we're talking more about that. Yeah, Linda, we had a little too much going on yesterday, so couldn't do it, but we'll definitely be back in line. Had some things going on last week. I was out of town, but we'll be back on the Cobra Kai schedule next week, doing it Tuesday. And next Tuesday to catch back up, we'll probably knock out 2 of them. We'll probably do episode 4 and 5 just to catch back up so we can be right on target for when season 3 starts. So we will get that going. So, yeah, we're probably going to knock out 2 episodes next week. Can you just be homeless somewhere else? When Johnny was leaving the dojo and the homeless woman started getting flirty, I'm just thinking, Johnny, don't do it. Like, don't go there. And then they showed Kreese, and I was like, well, he probably already went there.
Yeah.
Did you see Kreese and the homeless lady already hooking up?
That would be hilarious. It's not as far-fetched as you would think.
I would not put it past him. Like I said, I could totally. When I was looking at Johnny, I was like, no. And I saw Kreese, I was like, yeah, I could see it. Oh, just classic. Johnny's gonna walk in on those two in the dojo one day, and I'm just gonna upshot. That's gonna be hilarious. So Kreese puts some thoughts into Johnny's head, and Johnny figures it's time to come clean with Miguel. And he takes Miguel to the restaurant across the street from where the hospital where Robbie was born, and we finally get some pieces filled in on what happened between Robbie and Johnny and why he's been an absentee father. I was like, that was pretty cool. We definitely needed that. It's definitely time for that, right?
Right. You've been waiting for that for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, they got us loving Johnny, so it can't be totally evil. So, I mean, yeah, I think that was a good hey, I'm glad. I think that was a good. They gave us just enough to it makes sense. Like, okay, because we see Johnny's not evil. He's an idiot, but he's not evil. He's stuck in the past. But it's like he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would just be an absentee father. And now we kind of see why and how he was. So,
he's just a coward.
Exactly.
Like, you recognize you're not a great person, and just a coward.
Exactly. Stepping up and taking those manly duties like you should do. Go be a dad. But Johnny tells Miguel no matter what happens that he'll always be on his side and have his best interest at heart. And that seems like it could come into play a little bit later and be tested at some point, no? Like maybe even sooner than later?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
they're not going to set up that little nugget and just leave it hanging there, are they?
No, I don't think so.
It didn't seem like they would. But then Miguel gets a text from Aisha who tells him that Miyagi-Do is planning something for the festival. And this seems to spark something in Johnny.
Oh, yeah. I got excited about that. Like, yes, showdown.
Exactly. They went from okay, we're getting all, tender and in our feelings. And here we go back to some karate. Like, let's get it. And over at the festival, and Sam and Robbie are practicing for the exposition. And Daniel asks how it's going. And Robbie's like, a little short notice, but I think we got it. And I'm glad that the show points stuff like that out. Like, most people train for a show like that for months. And Danielson just has an idea pop into his head. And he's like, okay, kids, let's get this going. And they're just supposed to pull it off. No practice, no problem.
Yeah, but if his is like... there's a name for it when you just do moves. Basically shadow boxing, but with like karate moves. So if you could just say, hey, do this move and then chain it to this move and then chain it to that one, and all they had to remember was that, like, I think you could manage it.
But I mean, it's still a sequence. It's still something you have to remember. Like, what did he say? What was next? Which way we're supposed to go? Like, I mean, we saw what happened when they first started. They're kind of punching each other and falling, and they're like, even the kids figured this has to be more like a dance. And so, I mean, it takes some time to coordinate that stuff.
Yeah, kata. Like, if you could just, point out the kata they need to do, then...
Yeah, the kata is just when they go through the actual moves, not really boxing each other, but just when they all kind of do it and practice, like basically nobody there or whatever. I guess that's what you're saying, like fighting people, basically.
Yeah, that's what shadow boxing is.
Yeah, I get it. There's no shadows, though. But yeah, I get you. Oh, I know. Did you want to see Jake Cruz? Want to see Daniel break some ice? I want to see him do it and break his hand.
Dude, I remember Karate Kid 2 vividly, seeing as I just watched it like a month or two ago. That doesn't even seem that hard. I'm pretty sure I could do it. Like right now. Ice? Blocks out. And there's gaps in between. Like, so one is going to push into the next, and it's going to create like a more focused area. Unless you're like smashing them to bits. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I could do it.
He's like, I think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I think my hand would break into bits. That just sounds painful. Big old chunks of ice. Like, those are slabs of ice. Those aren't like little sheets. Those look painful. Oh, I like Sam Spunk though. She's like, maybe for finale I could do some kind of kick flip. And Danny Boy's like, nah, I got that covered. He's like,
yeah.
He was excited to show everybody he still had it. So I was excited, like I said, to watch him smash his hand. But gotta love how Daniel was like just so stuck in the past. He probably, like I'm saying, he probably hasn't broke through that ice in the last couple decades, and he thinks he's just gonna blow through it no problem, like what he did when he was younger. Like I said, I think he would just be breaking multiple bones, not multiple sheets of ice. But it's showtime, and at last we're at the festival, and let me direct your attention to the LaRusso booth. And was that just the lamest exhibition ever? Like, the best part about it was the home store dude telling the lady, that's a bow. Donatello was my favorite turtle. Like, that was the most exciting part of it.
No, the lighting was the best part. It like lit up behind them and shit, and they're in shadow for a bit. And that was good. I liked all that part.
Yeah, I guess the lighting was cool.
I like the theatrics of it. Like the whole thing was stupid, but the lighting of it was amazing. I was like, dang, I like when stuff's lit from behind like that, and it's, like shadows.
That was just too much for me. I was just like, is there going to be any fighting? I think so. Everybody was just like, what is this? Oh, and just when Daniel's going in for his grand finale and I'm getting excited to watch him smash his hands to bits, we hear the roar, Cobra Kai! And is there going to be any fighting? There sure as hell will be on the Cobra Kai stage. Our quiver comes in back to the game of air, comes in chanting with to the music Airborne and chanting in unison, looking like total badasses. And then you have Kreese in the backlighting with the backlighting guy, more sparks. And then Johnny yelling, now let's show them what real karate looks like. And they literally like start beating the crap out of each other with noise. So like everything about that was dope.
A Royal Rumble style. Like they were just everybody last man standing. That was amazing.
Dude. Amazing. That's what I'm talking about. That was absolutely fantastic. And then when did Hawk learn how to like do the spinning back jump kick like that? Like how dope was that?
Yeah, Hawk's a badass, I'm telling you.
Dude, he has a boy hold that and he just has to throw him up in the air and he does that kick. I was like, Hawk is gonna be something by the end of this. Like he is gonna be a problem. I'm telling you, Hawk is gonna be a thing. But yeah, I like how at the end the quiver was just like throwing swag out to the crowd. Like, where did they get all this swag from? Like, they got balls and volleyballs and shirts they're throwing out to the crowd, going nuts like just rock stars. Like, when did all this come about?
Kids are good marketers. Like he's got Miguel there. He knows about marketing.
Oh man, that was just priceless. I love that. And then for the true grand finale, Johnny's not messing around with any watered down ice. He's going straight for the concrete, but he can't stop there though. Oh no, Cobra's light it up. And Daniel's face was just priceless when Johnny said light it up. Like he's like, ah, shit. I just got outdone in every single way.
For real, like fire is way more I don't know the word, but
impressive.
Yeah, impressive. There you go. Than ice blocks. Even though it's something stupid, like everybody's played with fire like that. Well, not everybody, maybe. I've lit my hand on fire a number of times. So to me, it didn't seem that big of a deal. But the showmanship of it, great.
You got some the showmanship, exactly. The fire looks way more impressive and cool on stage, especially at night like that. Johnny smashes through all 5 cinder blocks with a loud Kia, and the crowd just goes nuts, starting their own chant in unison. Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai. Doesn't this just show how much better of a showman Johnny actually is? Like being more in tune with what the crowd wanted to see. I mean, like we're saying, that was just a way better spectacle than some melting ice.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. How's Daniel a top salesman and just taking advantage of Miyagi? Like that's what it feels like to me.
Yep. And Daniel, of course, just looks as broken as his plans were. Like they just look like that ice, all wet and melting into nothingness. Sam and Robbie were none too thrilled by this little Cobra Kai Expo either. I don't think this is going to help Johnny or Miguel reunite with their lost loved ones anytime soon over this one. This is going to be a problem. I gotta say though, this was all in all, this was like literally my favorite episode to date. I loved everything about this episode, from Johnny getting onto the internet for the first time to the expo at the end. Like, this was just far and away my favorite episode from both seasons.
Yeah, it's a good episode for sure.
Oh man, do you have a favorite up till now? Back?
I don't know. Maybe
you know other ones that are coming up, so you probably could get those intertwined.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta be honest. I saw the next that we've already watched the next one because I was gonna try to get that, but I just didn't get it done in time. But yeah, we'll be putting 4 and 5 together next week. But I've already seen 4, and Tori with a Y. That's gonna be a situation. Oh, I can't wait to do it. So yeah, we're gonna definitely be back on with some Cobra Kai next Tuesday. We'll be back on track, and we'll knock out 2 of them. And like I said, we'll get going again, and that way we'll be perfect for running right into season 3 and keeping the Cobra Kai karate train moving. Any last thoughts on this one?
I had a last thought on it, but I forgot it. So it's the thought no more.
No more. Just remember Johnny's faces and all what he was doing on the internet, and yeah, priceless. That was that was the greatest so far. I love that one. That topped here in America we call them bananas, or in English we call them bananas. Like, I was crying.
Oh no.
But yeah,
he blew it.
Yeah.
Jake blew it. No, so funny story. The whole time in this Game of Thrones community, I've gone 5 years. No one has known like my birthday because I don't like being told happy birthday. I told DJ, I was like, it's my birthday, so I'm not going to stream that. He told you, and now on here, luckily, so it didn't last very long after telling DJ. So if you have secrets, don't tell DJ.
Exactly. Like I said, it won't replay on the stream, so yeah, nobody else even. Like, what are they talking about?
You're good. I'm just joking.
And then, we'll be we'll have to figure out and get back on for the next the fantasy and let everybody in on the stream. So we have a couple days for everybody to get that because Snafu the champion. But I did go 12 for 13, or 12 and 1, so. Feel a little not too shabby about the week myself. All right, everybody, we'll see you next Tuesday for Cobra Kai, and we'll be back with the fantasy football stream in a day or two. So for everybody else, be easy, have a great week, and we will see you soon. Ta-ta.